A warm good evening. And the reason for the color is Moroka Swallows. It has happened. They've gone down to the 4th division. I'm wearing purple for them. Today will be a day where we will feature them and have a discussion about the demise of the great club Moroka Swallows. That will be one of the elements of a huge show that we have in store for you tonight on Sport at 10. Who is coming onto the program? You've been itching for it. There he is, Temba Bavuma, the cricketer with the Proteas, doing a fantastic job in Soweto, making sure he uplifts the cricketers of the township of Soweto. We'll find out more about that. Right next to him, you will find that it's South Africa's #1 doubles tennis player, number 10 in the world, Raven Klaasen, and he can now add to his CV partner to Thomas Mlambo at doubles tennis, which I know he is really happy about. Lifato Sulupa, he was 10 years with Moroka Swallows. Right next to him is a former director of Moroka Swallows in Godfrey Kowa. These two men will come in the studio, reminisce about the great club, and also talk about what went wrong. Godfrey Kowa being a follower of the Dube Bird since 1951, and then long after that came Amanda Black. She is blowing up with the music she's putting out, a Metro FM awards winner, but that sweet talk that you gave me before the show to try and make the quiz easier, Amanda, it is not going to work. We have a tough quiz for you. Now, I am joined, as usual, by David Gana, top journal when it comes to sport. DK, how are you?
I could be better.
Because of a swai situation?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
that come?
You are opening up wounds.
What do you think? You like my colors?
And that's why I didn't wear the colors today, because you're opening up wounds.
I had to do it for one last time before maroon went out of fashion.
Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm not laughing. I just that
Okay.
we're going to not see maroon for a long time. So I thought, let me just do a little bit of maroon, you know?
The beds will come back.
You sure?
I promise you. Yeah.
Okay. Let us talk, though, about what's happening with the SABC 3. We've been bringing Extreme Fighting Championship. It's EFC. It's exciting. We're getting huge viewership. Millions of people are tuning into it. And there is another fight night coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, the EFC 58. You know, when you go to Cape Town, every part of Cape Town is buzzing because EFC 58 is going to be live on SABC 3 at 9 o'clock on Saturday. And Cape Town is abuzz about a big fight.
Dave Mazani from the USA, Don Madge from South Africa. That is the big fight that everybody's talking about.
Yes.
It takes place at the Grand West Casino. Let's find out a little bit more from the fighters themselves, how they are feeling in the build-up to this huge EFC event.
I've taken this fight very, very seriously. I think on Saturday night, he's going to bring out the best in me, and I'm going to bring out the best in him.
Don Madge does have tools to put me away, but I feel I have tools to put him away. And again, that is why we are fighting April 8th to figure it out who shows up to the table.
Former champion Don Madge, South African, he's got to get back his belt. And I believe that he'll do it this Saturday in front of a huge crowd in Cape Town. Sold out crowd. You know how it happened with EFC. I mean, it's greatly followed. And even for us at home on television, the viewing is amazing.
I can't wait. I'm going to be making sure that I tune in to see, because that kind of fighting it's not gloves, it's not punch, punch, punch. It's kick, punch, strangle, choke, anything that it takes to get victory in the EFC, and it's live on SABC 3. So make sure you're with us on Saturday evening for that at 9 o'clock in the evening. But those guys all probably have personal trainers. They all have gyms they go to. They're all working out to stay in tip-top condition. And then we have an athlete who says, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. Who's saying that?
Which is very funny for Formula One, because it's like driving on autopilot. All Formula One drivers have got personal trainers, people that keeps them in tip-top condition so that they can take the strain of being in that car for that long when they're driving.
So
Lewis Hamilton has decided that he's going to go solo. From the first race, which is the Australian Open, where he came second behind Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel, he went solo. He says no, he doesn't need a personal trainer.
He's challenging himself.
Yeah,
he says he wants to
himself.
challenge himself. He's going to see if he can get up himself in the morning. He can train himself. He can keep himself in the condition that he needs to. He doesn't need to spend any money on extras. Maybe he wants to pocket the change.
No, but it's not about the money.
I'll pocket the change.
It's not about the money. But I think he needs training better than any other people because he's got a lot of things that he does outside of Formula One that he attends. So he needs somebody who's going to be saying focus on the training.
Who are you to tell Lewis Hamilton?
At 32, Uzo's trainer.
He's going to do it.
I'm surprised with what he's taken because I think the demands of a faster car and how they've changed the car requires that he's got to be fitter than he has been. Last year he came second, losing to his teammate, and I'm over with Nico Rosberg, who's retired. And I thought this year would have been an opportunity for him to take the constructors, for drivers and the constructors championship for his team.
If it does go wrong, we'll know where to blame, that you decided to be fit all by yourself, Lewis. But now let's move on and have a look at the football that's been taking place this week. It is Netbank Cup. We've also got league action, and this was yesterday as far as the Netbank Cup was concerned. Moroka going down to Platinum Stars.
Amazing, because Platinum Stars were down to 10 men. And this is what happened in the last minute of the game. Ngambi scored, Mapena scoring that goal. The keeper there was at fault.
Was it Maseluke? Oscarine?
Maseluke. No, it wasn't Maseluke. It was the other goalkeeper. If you look here, Masango Kwakwa from Durban, they were playing against SuperSport United at the Sugar Ray Kulu Stadium, and SuperSport United there scoring the first goal with Masango and Obring Mudiba there, the second goal. They acquitted themselves very well. So the defending champions are through. SuperSport United are through to the next round of the Netbank Cup. Cosmos, this was a bit of a shock. Cosmos beating Bidvest Bits, and it's Coach Gavin Hunt scathing. He made 9 changes, brought in some of the guys who don't regularly play, and says those guys just didn't show up for the game. We see the celebration. Brajay is back. Yeah, but, it's one thing to have a big team. But again, when you make 9 changes, you disturb the rhythm of the side, and it went down to penalties. When you can see there, Jomo Cosmos eventually winning. Great save there. The keeper injured himself immediately after saving that penalty. But I think, the demands of having to play 3 competitions for Bidvest Vets. He's added some more moves to that celebration. Yeah, but the demands of Vets playing in continental competition, the Netbank Cup and the league, took its toll. But you can tell that Bidvest Vets now are concentrating on the league. That's why they had to make the changes, and they lost there against Jomana, who moves into the quarterfinals, the last 8. There's also ABSA Premiership action, and tonight is Mamelodi Sundowns up against Bloem Celtic. Celtic having to make the trip up to Pretoria for this one. The Celtic supporters seeming to be in good spirits because they believed after the victory they got over the weekend they could do something against Mamelodi Sundowns. Great saves. Awesome goalkeeping. Yeah, Mweni there was very tuned as compared to at the weekend where against Kaizer Chiefs an own goal was conceded by Mweni. But I think if you look at Celtic, since the new coach Nascimento wants that goal. Since the new coach Luke Emael arrived, you can tell that they defend better. They've not conceded a goal in the last 4 games. Professori will have to analyze that one. That one really does need analysis. No, it wasn't a goal. I looked at it. It didn't cross the line. It hit the line and went out. So another day of not victory for Mamelodi Sundowns. Frustrating for Sundowns now that they've gone a few games without winning. I think it's 5 now games without a win? Yeah. Let's move on to the heavyweight of humour who is standing by to come in and talk to you live. He's undefeated in 4 years of sports comedy on SABC Sport. And here he is, the heavyweight of humour. Give it up for the Shampoonizer, who you can also see live in performance. Pretoria on the 27th, Rustenburg on the 28th. I've already been to those ticket places to get the tickets because I can't miss you. These little samples you give me, Shampoonizer, is not enough.
Yeah. I'm a generous guy. Yeah, 27 April, Freedom Day, I'm doing a comedy show with other comedians, Go State Theatre in Pretoria. 28, yeah, Rustenburg, please, man, yeah? Rustenburg Civic Theatre, I'm doing my show, Champonizer. Lidling, Redlalabona, to do, and everything. Thomas.
Why jacket now? Jazzy?
No, get explain a lot, Thomas. I'm still like listening to the Lotenel no. Don't match. Like the EFC guy. Let me tell you something about Don Match. He decided to go and train, go Thailand, so that he can fight.
Muay Thai.
The Muay Thai, Don Match is like he's training in Sunning Hill at Fight Fit Malaysia, but he decided to go and train in Thailand.
Let me just make clear to the viewers, Muay Thai is not a type of food. It's a style of fighting.
Yeah, no. But I think you wasted money, Don Match. You can't go that far. Venda is just 5 toll gates away. There are people who will give you a real fight. Bare fist, about rap and fetu. Please Google and see what's happening. Lewis Hamilton, what's going on? Barring, he wants to. No, man, King David, let's explain this thing.
Personal trainer.
Yeah, but why would you want to have a personal trainer for driving? Have you ever seen any taxi driver actually push up? Anyway, taxi drivers wake up, bashaya pale. No, study push up, back and everything. But Thomas, I'm in a good mood. I'm celebrating something. My team won, but my team won wherever you are. Moroka destroyed Super Sport United. No, Baba Trapile, I said joke.
Baba Trapile. Weekend.
Baba win. They won because, do you know who scored, Musdan? You know the guy who scored? Yeah, Super Sport lost because never Dallas say name yada man. Matlaka. Anyway, I'm just that Dallas Vanessa Mutula, let's go Matlaka, busy. But oh, when a Kuluko was here, people just do it back. Ovala Rata's cool. Rata English is too advanced. Then we talk about there's a team called Pirates. All I'm saying is that Pirates, the players should start packing what it is able packing. just putting it out there. Packing what is able packing. Chiefs, you guys, Chiefs, you guys beat Sundowns, and then all I can summarize this game, go to English won. Because that goal, we credited to Steve Compella, because he was talking like Sumahoro, Eta. No, man, please don't contaminate the complexion that is congruent to our darkness. We are one color. Yeah, it's making sense. Eh? Let me just score. No, it was proof that goal where everyone wants to score against the African champions. And then Lena Wiri, Sundowns, Larbor. You look like, like Banyan. A girl when it's still a girlfriend. What para di miniskete? What para naesi? Has no munyala. Utsua bushi ufela skippers a black leopard. It's exactly what Sundowns is doing. Like Rayla Star, no, let's bora. Let win a bianco gaming la bergerela elerins. Let win a bianco yellow for what? I man, Larbora Sundowns. I'm not gonna go deep into detail, but Thomas, reason why I kept a jacket out of respect, Thomas, in a mama joy, Montlemo, Kitlega Snafy. Krele Snafy Yana Mo Assisi.
What's the snake for?
A snake for Agrikinaga reset, Swallows. But up the beds, Rathalohana, Hurli, Lego Junk Status. Junk Status, enjoying Chepis League. Plus, Lenali information in Chi. Yeah, what did you know? Ralevo Hisa Swallow, see. Negere before Belela Tata gives a get respect about Hulu.
If you're not into football, Champions League is under 12. Anyway, let's leave it there. What do we want to talk to you about at home? What can you say to us? This is what you can communicate with us on. You'll hear the Shampunizer throughout the show. He'll continue to bring more of that heavyweight humor. But what is your opinion on the free fall of the South African football giants, Moroka Swallows? Give us your insights, your thoughts. How do you feel about it? The fact that Moroka Swallows now play in the 4th division of South African football. At SPORTAT10TV is where you'll find us on Facebook as well as on Twitter. You can check us out on YouTube, and it is going to be a great conversation. But after the break, we will be going to have a conversation with this man who has been doing brilliant work when we need him the most with the Proteas. He is batsman for the South African cricket team, Temba Bavuma, but also a man with a big heart doing charitable work. Find out more about this after this.
Indigestion and heartburn? You could experience a sour taste in the mouth, or a burning sensation in the throat, the chest, the stomach discomfort, or even heaviness.
Don't let indigestion or heartburn symptoms slow you down. Always reach for Eno. Eno works on 6 symptoms of heartburn. It gets to work in 6 seconds, so you can keep on living life non-stop. Eno, fight indigestion and heartburn fast.
Cinemetu, the Jemison family motto. Fear a bit less, and you'll live a bit more. Don't hide, walk tall. Never be afraid to make unexpected friends, because those friends will become family. And if you've got family and something to fight for, then there's nothing to fear. This is Cinemetu. Fear a bit less, live a bit more.
Over time, bleach can cause white clothes to fade. Is it time to renew your wardrobe? Use Vanish Crystal White. Unlike bleach, it doesn't fade your fabrics and restores your whites by up to 3 shades. Vanish Crystal White.
It's in the daring of a moment, surrender. That's big enough to change me, to us. It's in the moment when you know that you're more than you were yesterday, and you take your place among the ones you admire. Because these are the moments that matter. For moments that count, drink from glass.
Coca-Cola?
Oh, it's happy hour. So, you want a free Coca-Cola, but you have to drink it here.
Roots. This is Mzansi's traditional rhythms. That's Roots. Saturdays at 5:30 on SABC 1, Mzansi for show.
The first South African black test cricketer in terms of a batsman to ever make a test century. Temba Bavuma joins us here in the studio on the back of a season where whenever he was needed, he came up with the goods. We'll talk about that and welcome him to SPORTAT10. Temba, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Thomas. Thanks for having me again.
No, it's good to have you here. But what a year. The team, the Proteas, start in number 7th place in the world. You finish number 2.
Yeah, it has been. We have managed to turn things around. Like you mentioned, within the test rankings, we were ranked at number 7. Struggling there, and through our performances and our efforts, we've managed to get ourselves not far from the number 1 spot. So
now, with you, this campaign saw you get 450s. You were the man for the tough occasion. I look back. When South Africa were 81 for 5 in Perth, in danger of losing that match, 132 for 5 in Hobart, 94 for 6 in Dunedin. We were in real trouble when you came to the wicket, and each of those occasions you came up with a 50, and the team won 3 out of the 4 times when we were really in danger of losing, and you came up with those 50 runs.
Yeah, I think in the position that I bat in the middle order, you generally will be you will encounter situations like that when the team is under pressure and you have to make the play for the team. I always pride myself in trying to contribute to the team, really, when it counts. So, I was quite satisfied with my contributions there. Are you happy with the season that was? Because some saying you can do more. Yeah, I'm definitely not happy. I think, there were a lot of disappointments, a lot of downs within the season. Saying that, there were lessons that Small goal in terms of?
There were downs.
No, like you mentioned, 450s, you don't want to be scoring 50s. You want to score 100, really put the team in a competitive position. So, yeah, I think that's where the disappointment is.
Now, the other thing that we have you here for is because there's the Temba Bavuma Foundation. And the foundation was in Soweto on Monday. You were launching. What's going on? What are you doing?
Yeah, so basically, Monday was the launch of the foundation, Temba Bavuma Foundation, as well as the partnership that we had with PPC. Basically, on the day, we were unveiling the refurbishment of the cricket facilities.
So, Bolungis?
Yeah, basically, say ama cricket nets pa esikolweni, nets akhona bezmoshakele. Sincedwe PPC, and we were able to leave the school with something worthwhile.
It had been 6 years since the kids had been able to play in those cricket nets. Then you come and say, no. Atingbalung said, why?
I play cricket at Soweto. I was born in Lukshin, so I kind of understand how it is when it comes in terms of resources. At the school itself, they do have abantwana abadlala cricket who are passionate, but unfortunately, because the school didn't have the facility, the kids weren't able to fulfill their passion there.
We South African, okay, Temba. So, Ulungisile, Soweto, Tina, wherever people are watching around the country, what are you going to do with the Temba Bavuma Foundation anywhere else in South Africa?
Yeah, so basically, in terms of a foundation itself, we aim to upskill and holistically empower, black African cricketers. How we want to do that, is through cricket clinics, is to identify these talented guys, link them up into system schools, that have the resources. Education is a vital element of it all. So we're not exactly trying to unearth the next Rabada, but we're trying to make sure that these guys can become lawyers, can become medical doctors, so that they can be leaders and influencers in their spaces.
Now, those of you at home who have good eyes would have noticed that right here in the studio there's a trophy. It's the ICC Champions Trophy, and it will be played for in a couple of months' time in the UK. Now, I'm going to pick it up. This is the actual trophy, and it arrived in the country just 2 days ago, all the way from Bangladesh. It's headed to Australia. You can go and pose with the trophy. You can be with it in Sandton tomorrow, 9 to 5, and you can be in Durban on Saturday, 9 to 5 at Gateway, Sandton City tomorrow. South Africa, though, Temba, I just want you to touch this, because South Africa have only won this once, back in 1998. Now, Temba might be part of those going to the UK. Do you want to touch it? Just get a feel so you can tell the teammates that we like it. We'd like it to come back. Another touch. Yeah, Ibambe. Hold it. Just get it. Yeah, Ibambe. Injan.
No, it's very light.
But?
No, there's no but, Thomas. There's no but. You do know that we're ranked #1 in one-day cricket at the moment.
Yeah? So #1,
there's a reason why we're #1.
98 in Dota.
No,
you're one of the few South Africans to have ever touched that.
No, things could change. Let's be optimistic, Thomas.
I am optimistic. So to your teammates, you just want to give them a sense of what it feels like to hold it?
Yeah, I'm sure they'd also want to get their hands on it at the end of the whole tournament. That's where the guys' minds are. But yeah, like I said, let's be optimistic and let's hope for the best.
Thank you. Let's again, because don't get too used to it. Next time I want to see it, it must be coming back with the Proteas team at the ICC Champions Trophy. You can pose with it. You can have a video taken with it. I've given you the details of where that'll be taking place. Sandton City tomorrow, and then in Durban Gateway on Saturday, 9 to 5. It will be in those two malls. It really is a special thing, and we've only won it once. We beat the West Indies back in 1998. Temba was like this big. He's now here. We'll be back after the break.
Look, we need to talk. I just need some space.
Claim your extra cool space with the new 500ml fridge pack. Men, think you know musk? Think again. Try new Nivea Fresh Musk Deodorant. The freshest musk from Nivea Men. Because then you start your day fresh and confidence is your best defense. 48-hour maximum freshness, and maximum protection. Men, this is your Dio, official sponsor of Real Madrid. Nivea Men, it starts with you.
Get a quick game with Nivea Men. Dial star 120 star 4044 hash for awesome Real Madrid prizes worth 1 million rand. Halagasha.
Hello, hello. You'd be silly as a goose on the loose if you missed out on this. It's the big deal from Telkom. For April only, get Telkom uncapped internet at up to 4 megabits per second, a free Wi-Fi router with free installation and a free Wi-Fi range extender for under 600 smackers a month. Stocks are limited, so rush down or you'll feel a fool. Get it only from SA's best fibre provider. It's a big deal and it does the trick.
Kiona. Time to go for glory in the Netbank Cup. Catch the drama with SABC Sport. Chiba United go head-to-head with Polokwane City at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Saturday, 8th April at 3 p.m. Live on SABC 1 and on your favorite SABC radio stations. Brought to you by SABC Sport.
Enjoy the smooth, chocolatey taste of Cadbury Dairy Milk.
People say you'll be lonely at the top, but is that really what success is? I've always felt there's another way. That starts with we, not me. If you're on the rise, rise together, why not? Because it doesn't matter what people say. Everyone wins when you win the right way.
Thank you again for making RGB your first stop.
You know, I wonder what Cassie was whispering in your phonics ear.
Ladies are wearing heels.
Nasty C do not deserve the song of the year.
Catch RGB every Saturday at 7:30 on SABC 1. Mzansi, for sure.
I'm too prepared. Extra ready. I have the eye of the tiger.
This is gonna be a lot of fun. This is gonna be really cool.
They don't have signals. They got no chance. No chance. I've worked on signals. It's Davis Cup weekend, and I was there. I was warming the South African team up. Raven Klaasen was my partner on the day, and we took out the likes of TT and the Team South Africa coach. We were just too strong, Raven. Good to have you on SPORTAT 10. I just want to set you up to our viewers before I really get into you, because it's not every day we get someone like Raven Klaasen in the studio. He is ranked number 10 in the world at doubles tennis, and this year alone was able to beat Nadal and Djokovic. No one gets to say that.
Oh, hey, thanks. First of all, thanks for having me. Yeah, and it's pretty cool that I get to say that finally.
You beat Nadal and Djokovic? Tell me a little bit about those stories.
Oh, man, it's when the draw came out in Indian Wells and we knew that we could potentially face Nadal in the second round, both Raj, my partner, and I were a little bit concerned because Nadal had actually won that tournament 2 times before, you know, and all the players that play him, they talk about how aggressive he is and how strong and powerful he is on court. So we walked out onto I think it was court 2 in Indian Wells. The crowd was obviously just all there.
This is California. The sun is out.
It's Palm Springs.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, and you have 7,000 people not wanting you to win. So a quite challenging scenario, and I have to say the first half an hour was a complete blur to me. I don't remember much because I was just so nervous. But yeah, as is the case in tennis, the scoreboard allows you to hang in there for a while, and I managed to convince myself to stay positive. We saved a few match points and then got a win.
Then that was Nadal and his partner gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Still up on the horizon is Novak Djokovic and his partner.
Yeah, it didn't get any easier in the next round, I will say. And there's a reason why those guys are so good. They really know how to play the game at a high level. And I don't know how we got through that one either, because we ended up losing the first set 6-2 and then hung in there again. And in the end, we got lucky to get through another win. So
lucky? What do you mean lucky? You're South African. There's no such thing. We work hard and we get the results that we deserve.
That's true. That's
against
true.
some of the best in the world, which brings me to this weekend. Because Davis Cup, a lot of people don't know that there is such a thing as team tennis. Tennis is always either doubles or it's you play it individually. But there's team tennis. That's what the Davis Cup is.
Well, the Davis Cup format is the oldest team sport, I think, in the world. And it's one of the most fun versions of the sport, because you're not just competing for yourself anymore. You kind of, when you're out on the court and it's your turn to play, you're carrying the sort of the hopes of the team on your shoulders and of the nation in this case, because you're playing for your country. And I have to say that it makes players want to dig that extra little bit more, just to kind of make sure that you contribute to the effort.
We beat Estonia in the previous round. You were part of that victory. Now Slovenia come to Pretoria, to the Irene Country Club. Can we expect another victory as we continue to try and get to the later stages of the Davis Cup?
Hey, Irene is home base for us. That's a fort for us. We've built up a very good reputation out there at that club, and now it's a matter of going out there and taking care of business this weekend. I think it's probably 50-50, but we look forward to it.
Now, you think we have an advantage because we are playing up here in Gauteng on the Highveld. The Slovenians are not ready for this. What are they not ready for?
Well, there's not many places in the world where you can play at this kind of altitude. The ball flies so fast through the air. It carries a lot further. Control is a little bit tricky, and we spend a lot of our junior days playing tournaments in these conditions, so it takes us a lot less time to adjust to these conditions than the guys coming from Europe, And the case in reverse, when we go play them there, they throw us on slow clay courts that we're not used to, So you try and maximize the advantage you can get by playing at home.
You know what I need to know from you, Raven, though, is you're 34 now.
Oh, man.
Why have you waited this long to play the best tennis of your career? I mean, that's what tennis people are saying now. You are now playing the best tennis of your career.
Yeah, I wish I had a good answer for you for that. It seems like when my mind was down here, my body was up here. Now my body's down here and my mind's up here, So
experience.
Experience, yeah. And just, I like to use the word awareness, knowing what I need to do to play good tennis now. I think that's any athlete's challenge, is to find out what they need to execute their skills at the highest level. And I've managed to find that out in my 30s.
Now, as a career, tennis, South Africans, they know the players, especially when they talk about the super megastars of tennis, make great money. How do you do as a South African who would have had to, start at the very bottom without all the advantages of being able to be based in Europe or in America and all of that?
Very good question. Part of my sort of transition to get to where I am now has been aided by people who wanted me to do well too. I've had coaches over the years that have coached me for very little money. I've had people in my camp that have supported me when things have gone badly. And I've had a little bit of luck that I was probably a little naive when I was earlier about how the world really works. And I have a passion for tennis that's undeniable. I wanted to make it in this sport more than anything else. And I think the combination of those factors have really kept me going for a long time. But like I said, the immediate factors are most likely my family, my coach, my mental coach, my physical coach, all those people, the team right around me who keep me positive.
What's Team South Africa planning to achieve in this year's Davis Cup?
Well, we've got a defined goal. We need to win 3 matches to get back to Group 1. And we need to take the steps in a specific order to get back there. And the number 1 goal is this weekend, to get the winner against Slovenia. And then we'll have to wait and see what happens in the match that we're waiting for. But we have a big goal of ending up in the World Group, but unfortunately there's no way to fast forward that. You've got to take the steps in between.
Raven Klaasen, good to have you here in studio. And I know you probably think at home, so how is Raven doing in terms of tennis? I don't know in terms of endorsements, but they do put players and what they win up on websites. So I did the calculations, I was like, let me just check. His career winnings are 1.6 million, 22 million rand is what he's won so far in his career. Raven Klaasen is embarrassed about it. We're proud of the fact that he's doing so well with his tennis. Thank you, Raven, for keeping the South African flag flying so high on the international tennis circuit.
Thanks for having me, and keep supporting our tennis. It's great.
And then a little bit of change, nyana, man. Give, something nyana there. He's doing well. Shampudinho, Ore.
Thomas re ka mona ka mo Swallows re a le lebohela hore le re supportile ntse re le dinonyane le fofile how long le fly which airways le up the beds nka se bue le bona ba re ke nne lefoko la Swallows Thomas ka break ena re up the beds up the beds up the beds.
Godfrey Kowa, former director of Moroka Swallows, Lifa Tutsulupa, 10 years as a footballer with the club. We'll talk about where did it go wrong, what happened. There were glory days with the club. Hear that story after this.
Sia is wondering why he paid 31.90 Rand for such small pieces of chicken. It's official. Sia is hungry like a lion. When you're hungry like a lion, only Hungry Lion can satisfy you with king-size chicken. Get the big bite too. 2 bigger, juicier pieces of chicken and more thick-cut chips for only 28.90 Rand. Hungry like a lion.
Put a little F1 in your tank with reformulated Engine Premix Unleaded, designed to redefine performance and economy. Engine, with us, you are number one.
Come to think of it, make it an Amstel.
I'm gonna get what I want and I've got a reason.
Choices, slow brewed, extra matured.
Ripped from the headlines of tabloids. Uncover stories that range from romance and backstabbing to dishonesty and intrigue on Nyempela, every Sunday at 8 only on SABC 1, where life and TV are one.
Fast Olsen across the face. Lifa Tutsulupa has made it 3. Moroka Swallows have buried this game.
Moroka Swallows!
The whistle once, twice, 3 times, and Moroka Swallows are the Netbank Cup champions of 2009.
Lifa Tutsulupa prepares to raise the trophy aloft. For the 3rd time, they are the top 8 champions, but for the first time, they are the MTN8 champions.
This live broadcast is made possible by you for paying your TV license. Hashtag made possible by you. Thanks for paying those TV licenses, because you've seen footage like that, history stuff that has happened live on your screens through the years when we saw the great Moroka Swallows, 2009 champions of the Netbank Cup, in 1965 winning the league, then 2012 MTN8 champions, Let me start with the senior statesman here in the studio, Godfrey Kowa, who you've done it all. Director of the club, shareholder of the club, former PRO of the club. How are you feeling right now?
Down and out. I really feel down and out. I never dreamt. It's funny that from where I come from, you hardly ever think about being at a level where we are right now. So I still have to deal with that.
Castle League.
To get used to that. And I keep saying to people, we've been amateurs before. In 1947 up to 1957, we were amateurs. We are back there.
You started supporting this club 1951.
Absolutely.
The club was born in 1947.
Yes.
So you've seen everything.
Everything. And the reason I actually joined them, at a time when clubs were not wearing full uniform, you would find one team coming with the same color jersey, but different shorts and so. Swallows were fully kitted, long before everybody else thought about being kitted fully.
Lifa, 5 years ago, not long, 5 years ago, Volkabu's trophy in the top division of South African football.
Yeah, we are. But yeah, we here because of certain things that were done not accordingly. But it's a sad story, man. It's heartbreaking, to be honest, because I spent my career at Swallows.
10 years, 2005 to 2015.
Yeah. And, you know, we can only hope that somebody buys the club and bring it back and revitalize the brand.
We must tantalize it, and then you tell us certain things weren't done, and then I hope things go. What happened? What was... Because things don't get done, but club goes down to NFD, Besiabuya. To go down, down, down.
Okay, just in short, everything started from 2009, from the management side of things. I believe the structure of Swallows was not proper in terms of us moving forward, taking the club to another level. I'm saying this because we never really had a marketing department that was out there looking for things. Sponsors and so forth. We were just dormant. We were there, we were surviving every season, and there was no change.
But, I mean, you have a man who's a shareholder in the club sitting right next to you. You've been part of this. You were even a shareholder when, during the time that Lifa was talking about. What were you doing at that point?
I was out in 1999. By the way, the new management, the Cape Town contingent, came into the club in 1999. The cracks started showing. And I was vocal. My problem is I'm too vocal. And I thought, they thought, no, this is not the kind of guy we need. I was a director in 2003. I resigned in 2003 because of the cracks that I saw. And I thought, if we can't fix this, I'm out of it. Listen, if you're a director, you are part of the decision-making body. But meetings take place in Cape Town, and I'm here in Johannesburg, and I'm a director. And they come back, Godfrey, we decided to do X, Y, Z. But wait a minute, man. Prince, how can you do that? I'm supposed to be part of the decisions that you take. No, but Godfrey, you see, you will be wasting time if you don't. And I said, no, the system says directors must sit together to formulate policies.
But everything I've ever seen, read, I've even had opportunity to speak to Leon Prince, he fought for this club.
So you think.
Huh?
In whose hands did it crumble?
It did under his leadership.
Thank you.
But can you point to one man?
No, I'm not pointing fingers. It's gone now. I'm saying, if you phone now and find out who's in the office, who runs it, everybody has run helter-skelter. Now, I'm saying I'm finished talking about things like that. All I now want is for those powers that be presently to come back to us shareholders, call a meeting of shareholders and say, well, guys, it has crumbled. Where do we go from now? So that we get to fix things up rather than to apportion blame. The time for apportioning blame is over.
Lifa, isalunga kanjani Swallows would have to win 3 years in a row to come straight back to the Premier League, each division.
Yeah. Look, man, it has to do with accountability. As you've noticed, it's me sitting here, it's Baba Kulu sitting here. The guys who are running the team for the past 2 years are nowhere to be found. Yeah. So we are here, we are answering questions that we shouldn't be answering. Certain people should be sitting here and telling you what happened, how was the team run in the NFD, in the ABC, and why did the team get relegated? We're here.
But you've been looking. People tell you.
But the difference is when you win the shopping, you don't really get to see the exact price on the garments. You understand? So we see what we see, but we don't know what's happening there. At the moment, who's Swallows' owner? At the moment, is Panyaza the new owner, or is he just a custodian? We don't know that. No one wants to come forward and say, I am the Swallows' owner. I want to sell, or I'm going to take the club to a different level. We don't know.
You still have a share?
I have shares, oh yes.
So do you know who's owning the club?
No, that is why I'm saying I'm hoping.
My share.
Let me tell you what happens. Let me give you a little bit an oversight of our articles of association. Our articles say Moroka Swallows Football Club will have not more than 5 directors and not less than 3 directors. 3 directors came from Cape Town, Prince and 2 other white gentlemen, and the other 2 were here in Johannesburg. 3 years back, maybe 2.5 years back, we received 3 letters, typed letters, from these 3 directors in Cape Town. This is after the team got relegated into the NFD. We resigned forthwith, with immediate effect. I laughed and I knew and I thought, of course, it's gone now. You know, the grant is gone, so the directors feel it's no longer our game. Off we go. And they resigned. And they left the 2 black guys here in Johannesburg. And it's sad, you leave them with nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the shareholders were saying, okay, guys, now that the situation is the way it is, let's meet and talk. That meeting never took place. Of course, what took place was relegation.
Can I ask about Kowa? Who are the 2 black guys who stayed?
No, I will not mention them.
You see, that's the thing. Transparency and accountability.
It's not, I don't have to be transparent here. I will not talk about them in public. If you want to know them, phone SAFA to say who were the registered officials at the time of relegation. They will help you.
Lots of things happen behind the scenes. But Lifa, is this a club that can come back and become a great again?
Yes, I believe so. Look, Swallows is a huge brand. Everybody knows that. There's a rich history there. That brand can still be resuscitated. The reason why I got into football management was because I could see there were cracks. You understand? I could see that the structure was not right. I wanted to get in there and help. Unfortunately, the team got relegated and we find ourselves where we are. I believe, like I said, if somebody comes, buys the club, pumps in money, get the right people on board, it's possible.
Thank you, gentlemen, for giving us your insights. Thank you for sharing the pain. It's been a home for both of you from 1951 for you, Babakoa. You were there for 10 years. And if you look into their eyes, still belief in both of them that Moroka Swallows can be brought back. What do you think? We'll be back after the break with Amanda Black.
At EFC 58, the lightweight champion, American Dave Mazzani, will defend his title against Cape Town favorite Don Madge. Plus, the former interim bantamweight champion, Ishad Syed, will aim to set the crowd alight against the electrifying showman, Tumisang Madiba. Watch it live on SABC3. Brought to you by BetExchange.com.
Sexual health problems don't just impact you, but can affect your relationship too. Often it's easier to ignore these health issues, hoping they'll go away, than it is to seek treatment. Fortunately, 45-year-old David contacted Men's Clinic International before it cost him his marriage. David has been following their personalized program and his life has changed. Let us help you. WhatsApp us on 072-315-2574 or SMS help to 32110.
Dead. They say the one without the seatbelt did the damage over.
How often we forget our greatness. We measure ourselves against the world. Yet we forget that our greatest stories come from the humblest places. Our future will not be written by the great strides of yesterday, by the ones we take today.
That was a national anthem in this country. That song. If you're not doing this, you're not serious about things. I've got her here in the studio with me, Amanda Benedicta Anthony, otherwise known as Amanda Black. That's a very, Catholic school name, Benedicta.
Yeah, well, I did grow up Catholic. My family's Catholic. I'm Catholic.
And then you came to Amanda Black Ganjani from Amanda Benedicta Anthony.
The black represents how I feel about, Bumnyama Bam, being Xhosa, being black, being African. So I sort of took the black as a way of embracing who I am.
Because I did my homework. And this thing, embracing my black, there was a time of yellow phone.
I mean, it's growing up, and I realize that now I can't be too hard on myself on Gokiana when I felt like Dimbi-ish, man.
You really felt like that?
I did. I mean,
you just thought black wasn't nice.
And it was everything around me growing up. Man, kids are mean. Abantwana besikolo.
Bebati.
Mnyamana. Awusembi blackie, all of that.
Kanjalo.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, busy coconut.
Well, that was very funny, wasn't it?
I don't know. Ngiyabuza. Bebabizwa coconut kanjani?
Because of the way I speak English.
Umnandi. Umnandi ngaso fluent. And then there was jealousy.
I mean, yeah. I went to a lot of schools where I predominantly spoke English. And I spoke it really well. So then the mnyama ndinjena and then the kumshe kotlobon kumshangalo and then they call me a coconut.
But
yeah,
this girl grows up in a household where she's telling her mom from a young age that I'm going to be famous. How did you know?
It was a dream. And I'm not going to lie, it was one of my biggest dreams. I remember going and Mamelo Whitney. My mom used to listen to Whitney. No, this is Brenda Fassie. So I was always like, I want to sing like that, and I want to be, because I was age, Dibe Payan and everybody listening to me. So I don't know. I've always felt it inside of me that umculo wam and my voice is going to be able to reach.
And then you go to these talent competitions, these singing competitions that are televised live on television. And bakujikisa call, but I know, you don't have it, you don't have it, you don't have it. And you kept coming back.
It's the love. I can't even explain.
But judges had told you that you are not good enough.
But you can't tell me that I can't sing when it's all I ever do. When it makes me feel the way Inenza and Flishangayo, whatever the next person tells me, and there's a lot of people that have told me, you're not going to make it. Or you're the best. Or what makes you think you're good enough to make it? And I'm like, I don't know, but it's what I want, and it's how I feel when I sing. It's how other people respond when I sing. So it's what I'm going to do.
Take me to Metro FM Awards. Look at you. Look at you. Huh? Why?
It's, man, I think I relive that moment every time I touch them. And it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling for as young as I am, not 23, you know, and it's not even been a year since I've been in the industry, you know. So for me, it's like, wow, it happened. It's happening.
Best R&B single.
Listener's choice.
And then they said your name.
And then they said, I ran up the stage. I was in heels and I was riding. I was like, what? It's you, Amanda. They called your name.
So you're done now? I mean, you've got the awards, the accolades. We all know your name. You're famous. You can relax now.
No, that was never the dream. It's not finished.
What's the dream?
I want to change lives. I want to inspire people with my music. And the way that Amazulu, the single, Amazulu, the album, the way people about responding hayo, it's only the beginning. And if this is like the beginning of my career and already I have been able to inspire people come up to me, you know, and they tell me how much it inspires them and it makes them think differently. If I can get my music or the talent, the gift that I've been given and make it on a bigger scale and the whole of South Africa. I haven't reached the whole of South Africa.
So you're still working?
I'm still working.
Well, the one thing you may never get are these. This is the SPORTAT10 cup, which you can never have. It's priceless. But the cupcakes you can, if you give us the correct answers to these quiz questions. So, keep an eye on the monitors. Tell me what you think and give me an insight as to who is that?
Netball. Okay, you know what? I know her name. I know her first name. If you get...
Zanel.
Oh, you see, you give it Zanel.
Bani.
Yo.
Look up.
What's the name?
Look up to Amazul. Maybe the
answer's gonna fall from the sky.
Zanel Ndodana.
But how did you know I wasn't gonna get it?
No, but you were never. Guni Inuza. Let's move on to the next one and see if you will give me an answer to this one. This one you must know. I mean, you're from the Eastern Cape. I mean, if you don't know this.
I'm not even going to try and think.
Okay.
Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium.
Just like that?
Because I've been there. I'm from there.
No, I know.
So,
Baruza Nelena is from your part of the woods and Almazan. No, but we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this. That's 1 out of 2 so far.
Do I get one cupcake?
No, not yet. There's one more question to get through. And then Amanda might have to come up onto the stage and see.
Huh. Okay. Her name, ne? Because I know brother Yak. Ne? Wait.
I'm going to give you that because Unom Sebe. Oh, you were going to give it to me anyway. But now it has so long. You're like writing lyrics here.
Because, you know, it's like when they ask you about a song or it's here.
Those are all from your part of the woods. All Eastern Capeaners who are doing it in sport. However, Jacket Men.
Yeah, no, I get it. You know what time it is. You know, Amazulu, the team thought you were singing about them. All this time, thank you. If you wanna, you need to.
You got them. I don't know how.
Yeah, no, I get to win Metro Awards and stuff. Like, and I have an idea. Like, if you just for consistency, Vulega Masango, next song Bobo Vulega. Just keep the Vulega thing going on. Thomas, there are fights that always happen during games, like shakes, ninning, pizzo, and compel. That's always a common fact. Why is going to always like a Gwen? Gwen
always there in the mix.
Gwen, I swear to you, Gwen Amabelo, it's a problem. But you know what? Vulega Masango, 27 April.
Amanda Black, it's been great having you. All the best. We wish you to rise and rise and rise and rise and keep doing what you have to do. But we are going to leave you with the words that are now famous in South African sports television. If you're not watching Sport at 10, what are you doing?